Evening, brothers and sisters, patriots and citizens. Putting the words of Martin Luther King, a time to break the silence. Kind of bring this all to you because at this point in time, it seems a lot of us don't seem to understand what's going on in our world. You know, the French poet John D. La Fontaine's fable, The Monkey and the Cat, dubbed The Monkey Uses Its Paw to Pull the Chestnuts from a Hot Fire, burning its paw in the process while the monkey happily gobbles up the chestnuts. A lot of people don't seem to understand this fable. A cat's paw is where it came from. Has come to mean one used unwittingly by another to accomplish his own purpose. It is and is happening in America. Justice system every day. It's a sad shame that we had to stop and see that the truth is like medicine, we can't take it. Understanding justice, it's a hard thing in our world today. But I want to tell you short stories which is going to tell you about the justice system. And most of my things come from my readings and years from study. Study and education. Education is power. And without it, you become a weak individual. And that's exactly what I think George Carlin said it best. All they want is obedient workers. And that is true. Betrayal of a system that was designed to protect we the people, and yet has failed we the people at an alarming rate. The founders of this nation see as a country or government they warned us about, and that is true. We see today that people have stacked charges against them. We see that many of us don't know what to do. We see that we are set aside, marginalized in more ways than we can think of. We've lost a lot of our respect for ourselves. Many of us, even our children, have lost respect for ourselves. I'm just going to read something off a script that I wrote, and it's just bullshit. Nug. Each and every one of us know today, hiding behind a mask or looking out for ourselves, that we know that our world has changed, has come to a certain circumstance that is no longer what we grew up with. It's goodbye, Ozzy and Harriet. What are we to do? What are we to say? We've blogged. We've written articles. We've protested. We've occupied. We've done everything possible short of a non-violent revolution. And even if we do make a non-violent revolution, government will make it violent. Count your ass on that. Ever gone to court? Stacked charges. People who are beaten and abused. There was just an article today showing that very circumstances that I've talked about time and time again. Of a woman for 30 years that was held in prison for killing the man that was abusing her. Think about that. I have. Same thing happened to me. Victim made to be a criminal. We stand our ground. We try to fucking do the best thing that we can. We try to speak out to the people and touch them and make our writings that will go through the heart and slide to the brain. But it doesn't make any difference. Now does it? There's so many live in fear today. If you live in fear, then you're not free. I try to write my articles and stuff. I don't make too many of these videos because I'm really not good at I can think when I use my old typewriter. It goes click, 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 click. I know that sounds stupid, but I'm an old geek. Give me a break. But the point I'm trying to make is, are you willing to stand up for your freedoms? The rights of your children? The rights of and everything that you've seen at my Facebook page, on my blogs. And they are written by multiple authors. These are not all my writings. I won't take credit for someone else's. And that I'll never do. But these authors that write, they speak of truth, honesty, God, and by whatever name you call him. It's a wonderful thing that there are some of us left that would truly speak out. Now, for me, I'm going to pass away soon. But it is my fondest hopes that we, the people, families, citizens, soldiers, brothers, sisters, patriots, and citizens, stand together in one uniform condition to make change for our children and future generations to come. It is the most important thing that you have in your rite of passage as a human being. God has granted us a lot of things, especially individuality. And without that, you are not free. You're not free to grow a garden. You're not free to be the human being you were born to be. If you can't grow your own food, it's a basic essential. You have to pay for water, a basic essential. You have to trust in someone else to tell you how you got to feed your children, how to raise your children. When there's only so many necessities around you, you are not free. Slaves are made in such a way. As a decent, honest man and a human being, I ask you to stand up and speak out. I ask you to do the right thing. The human thing to do. Speak your minds. Stand up. Stand your ground. Beat another if you can. For it's still the right thing to do. No matter what you think, and no matter what the media or the educational system or Common Core has taught you to be when you were a kid, understand something. Forgive me. I got feelings. I cry. I get emotional over this shit. Because it means a lot to me. It means a lot to me because I guess when you come to the end of your core, you start realizing what the Lord has tried to teach you the whole time. Sometimes you got to go off the path and blaze your own trail. One of these days, you guys are going to break the chains of boundary, chains of enslavement, and you will become the people that you're meant to be. But that is completely up to you. I hope I see that in my lifetime. I am Joseph Barber. I say stand free. Stand your ground. Beat another if you can. Love one another, for it's still the right thing to do. We in this world have no borders. Those borders were created by men. And I will bow down before no man, no government, no policy, no law. If it's meant to be, and it's right, and just and true, I'll follow it. But if it's not, and it's obscene, I'm going to break it. I will hunt my own food, and I'll break the law, I'll poach. I don't need a license to care for myself. I'm a free inhabitant of the planet Earth. And I think the sovereign individuals of this planet understand that, as our founding fathers were. Like I said, I was going to write a script and do all this stuff, but what's the point? I think that if we talk to each other personally, face to face, we can seem to grow and understand that we as human beings, there must be a better way. We can't have laws that institute injustice. Can't have laws that institute taking a victim and making them a criminal. We can't have things that set the individual aside, deny our children the rights for the future. We were supposed to leave this world just a little bit better than we found it. That's not happening, is it? I'm not a politician. Probably never will be. Well, they made sure of that. It means I'm convicted of crimes that I never committed. It didn't matter to the justice system. and not one would step up to help me. I've stood my ground, and I'll continue to do so. I tell you this, I love you, the people. For right or wrong, good and bad, I have friends that I wouldn't take home to mom. Some that will kill you in a heartbeat. Other ones won't think twice about doing it. And then I got those beautiful, quote, quote, Christian friends. Need I say more? Stand free in your ground. Love one another. And at the least, speak out. Stand up for your damn selves. If you see something wrong and you don't say nothing about it, you're as guilty as those who are raping a child. A friend of mine asked me, he said, Joseph, do you believe in the death penalty? Yes, I do. But you're a conservative. No, I'm not. I believe by no political party. But I do believe in the death sentence, yes. Those that would take and harm another individual without just cause create harm and cruelty to humanity. Look, if you kill one person, you're a murderer. If you kill a million, you're a conqueror. Murder is murder. Death is death. Harm is harm. Rape is rape. And it's funny, those that want to take gun rights away from people are the same people who say abortion is okay. I don't agree with that. Let us find ourselves as true individuals. Let us search our consciences for who we are. For we are human beings living in a world that doesn't want us. We're not a part of 1% as they call it. I say we're just not a part of the elite, the establishment. Find a way to free yourself from the chains that bind you. Whether it be whatever it be. Find a way to do it. I have. Mine came, I guess my son told me I was going through angiopause. That's behind me now. My 7-year itch or whatever you want to call it. Funny thing, kids can teach you a lot, Kathy, if you're listening. Sometimes listening to another person shows that you care about what they got to say. I learned that. I also learned that you can love someone, but it doesn't mean they're going to love you back. And you can care, it doesn't mean they're going to love you back. But what you can do is never, never, never give in to the will of anybody. When you look in that mirror in the morning, you are the only person that knows your life. Live it. Just like you were dying, even if you're not. Never know how much time you got left. Make it count. We are the resistance. We are the people. Stand free. Stand your ground. And love one another. Feed another if you can. And be decent, kind, and honest. Compassion comes from the heart. Forget the ideas of man, but they are cruel and inhumane. Hua, I say. Freedom Anarchy, a campaign of conscience. Coming to you live from Southern California. I love you all, and have a beautiful evening.